Morning everyone, welcome back. Right, today I'm going to take us into the greenhouses and I'll show you how the plants are coming on. Right, then we're going to the... Where are you, bugger? I've been looking for my glasses. Right, so these are sprouts. There's 37 in total. These will be ready to go outside to harden off. There's the beetroot. That's been, the germination's been okay. There's more beetroot. These are the Kelsey onions. They're doing pretty good. These here are red cabbage. These will be for the Christmas time. Like that's where they're just starting to come up there. These are onions. These have been a bit hit and missy. The seeds, I'm not sure if the seeds were old, but this is Fasto. And there's a Fasto. But if you see on that side there, there's just hardly any germination. I mean, these ones are doing okay. Right, these are Cosmos. These are Helichrysum. And these are peppers. King of the North, you'll not be able to see, but it's just starting to come up. There's Adelia. That hasn't started to sprout yet, but it's solid there, so it's took. These are leeks. Leeks, you see what I mean about the onion germination? There's, there's a lot of space. I'm a bit lost for words there because I've got some in the other greenhouse that I'll show you, and so I've grown them in a pot, and the germination's been fantastic. Right, I'll tell you what it is, I'll put them in my pocket. Right, let's go to this one. Right, so these are all my potatoes. They're saved. These ones down here are all saved. I'm off working about after Saturday, so I'll be cracking on with the tubs and getting all these out. Here's some sweet peas. There's some dahlias. These have got good growth on. Right, we'll go to this side. Right. So these are the sunflowers I potted on last week. Like they've took okay. These are the Ilse onions. And I've got me squash in there, that hasn't germinated yet. These are me cucumbers. Under here I've got cobra beans and pongo. They're starting to germinate. These here are golden ball turnips. So I'll just let them get a little bit bigger and then I'll start and pot them on. Beetroot. These are cabbage stonehead. And these are calabrese. These are ready for potting on. Then we've got calabrese, cabbage, and there's cauliflower there. Right, these are the tomatoes that I'll take and we'll pot up. That's a dahlia. So so I've got Maisie and there's two Shirley, but I think we'll do the Maisie. So there's some more sweet peas. These are more Helichrysum. I'll have to start and split them up. Right, these are the onions that I mentioned. I mean, the germination on them compared to this ones in the cell tree is I don't know. So I think I'll next day, instead of using all the compost in the cells, I think I'll just throw them in there and separate them. Right, these are the broad beans, the Sutton. These are stock flowers, and these tomatoes have took absolutely ages to germinate. There's a crazy cherry, 7 gnomes, Santa Claus. I mean, the germination's been poor. Loads of seeds I've only getting. I mean, that's sort roulette, but I've got some in the bottom greenhouse, as well. Right, these are a run of beans. Like the germination's been much better on this side. you know, I don't know if they were the new seed, because I've got the old seed in this side, so, you know, it was a little experiment. You know, I'll try and grow them. You know, I might sow some more this weekend. Right, so we'll go down. You know, it's this weekend I'm going to be planting loads of onions. You know, I've got a bag there. I'm going to put some in there. Got another one there for that bed. Still no carrots in yet, you know, so I'll be doing them next month. There's some more onions. Right, these are the ones I put on a straight line. They've come up pretty good. You know, so I'm going to have to net everything and all, because there's been, you know, I've seen 2 rabbits right there this morning. Right, these are the ones I put in on a diagonally. There you go, I said that right, that is. Have you ever seen how they're going up? I mean, you know, like, they've got good growth on them, really. You know, like the ones in the straight line are coming on. They're about 2 weeks behind. But I mean, like the ones there and there. Oh, so I'm going to do a bit strimming. You know, so I've got my parsnips in that one. You know, I should have it covered over because of the rabbits. And there's some more onions. You know, so I'm not going to run out of onions this year. There's the roses coming on. I'm going to get some lovely flowers on them. Right, so these are the black currants that I hacked back a few weeks ago, and you've seen how they've come. You know, like they've got, you know, like they've thickened out. So I'm pleased with them. There's the lupins coming on. Well, they're going to be lovely flowers coming in soon. Right, so let's go into here. Right, these are cauliflowers that I've sown. These are marigolds. The germination's been a bit hit and missy. You know, like it is all seed, but I think I'll sow some more. These are sunflowers. I'll have to put these on. They're zinnias. These are more tomato maisie. So these are the other sort Rulia that I've starting. The germination's been much better. These are the Rebel Starfighter. I mean, really, they should be up here somewhere, you know. You know, like these ones. These are Black Beauty. And there's should have been peppers there, and there's nothing germinated. There's some more 7 gnomes. There's nothing germinated in that one. I think these are pepper eclipse. These are more broad beans. There's 3 more maisies. And I can't remember the name of that plant. I got that off James. And he also gave us this. This is a sweet million tomato, and it's doing great. But that's the update up to now. I'm going to be off work on the next, after Saturday, so I'll be cracking on. You know, I've got loads to do. You know, it's that time of year when everything just goes so quick, and once everything's in, you can just sit down and have a cuppa and enjoy it. Right then, let's go to the top and we'll get one of them tomato maisies and we'll pot it on. I'll show you my tip. Right then, I've brought this tomato over from the other greenhouse. This variety is called Maisie, and at the moment it's in a 4-inch pot, and I'm going to be putting it in a 6-inch pot. And I'll show you the tip, you know, like the way that I like to plant them. You know, like, we'll have a look at the roots. And as you say, you know, like they've got lovely roots on. You know, like you have to remember, is the roots are like tomatoes, they grow out sideways. So, right, so I'll show you the tip. Right, so So we'll just get some multi-purpose compost in the bottom. I think we'll put a little bit more in. Right, so you know, you can like plant them like that, then like fill in, but I like to leave them in the pot. You know that leaves about a half an inch gap, like there, and all the way around. So what you do is you backfill the sides, pressing it down as you go, just making sure the plant's in the middle. You know what, I've been doing it this way for years, and you know, so I plant them like this before I, you know, like plant them in the final place. You know, like they'll be going into a like 11-inch pots. Right, so we'll just leave it at that, then we'll take it out gently. And we're going, it's left the perfect potting hole. And all you do, just take it out and drop it in. And we'll backfill. You know, like once they go into the, you know, like the final pots, you know, like I'll probably plant them a bit deeper, because you can plant them up to about the first leaf. You know, so I take that off. You know, like, because all this here will just, you know, like the grow out roots, you know, like, it anchors them in the pots, and it makes them a lot stronger. So there we go. Right, so thanks for watching, and I'll see you all in the next one. Bye for now.